Fast forward.
There are a lot of things that I thought I would be doing at 28 years old. When I was a kid, I was pretty confident that I was going to grow up to be Xena the warrior princess. I had the outfit, thanks Dad. And I clearly had the attitude, thanks Mum. And I had the kind of overactive imagination that would allow me to run around the house for hours, creating endless worlds and stories. When I got the crushing news that I couldn't actually be a fictional character, well, I had to go back to the drawing board. And if you'd asked me every 5 years from that point what I thought I would be doing at 28, my answer would have changed drastically. But never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would be fulfilling someone's dying wish and giving a TEDx talk about it. See, earlier this year, I got a phone call that went a little bit like this. Hi Alex, it's Elaine here from LOROS hospice. We've got a patient here, Mary. She doesn't have much time left. She would love to go to the beach one last time, and at this point, you are the only one that can make that happen. So sure enough, 2 hours later, me and lovely old Mary are sitting on the beach in the Gower Peninsula. It is a gorgeous summer's day, and there's no one really around, so all we can hear is the waves lapping on the sand, the occasional bird flying overhead. And I look at Mary, and she's smiling. She doesn't look in pain. She doesn't look like someone who's about to die. She just looks happy. And it hits me all at once in this moment that I'm watching Mary fulfill her dying wish. I'm the one helping her to fulfill that wish. And the best part about this whole thing is that Mary never even had to leave her hospice bed because this trip to the beach was entirely virtual. You see, I'm a virtual reality filmmaker, and a year prior to this, I had gone to that beach and I had made a film for the hospice. So when I got the call from Elaine that day, it was because Mary had requested that I bring in the VR headsets and I take her on a virtual field trip. So instead of spending her final hours surrounded by hospital equipment, she could be surrounded by the ocean that she loved, reliving some of the happiest memories of her life. And that is what technology is for. That is what virtual reality is for. For those of you looking a little confused right now, virtual reality, in super technical terms, is this small box-like computer that you strap to your face, which doesn't sound too appealing. But the beauty of this box is that once you turn it on, it allows you to do anything. To be anywhere. You could step back in time or speed into the future. It literally makes the impossible possible. When I tried VR for the first time, it blew my mind. I stepped into the world of Cirque du Soleil, and I remember really vividly the circus performers getting a little bit too close, and I was trying desperately to kind of like move out the way. And I started laughing when I suddenly realized these people aren't actually there, but it felt so real that my brain had reacted as if it were. From that day on, I became obsessed with this technology, and I taught myself everything about creating films for it. Finally, I could put my overactive imagination to good use, a technology that would literally let me build worlds and stories just like when I was a kid. Only this time, instead of just me being able to exist in these worlds, other people could too. And the first people that I brought into my VR worlds were my family. For as long as I can remember, my grandma would go dancing 5 times a week. Not hit the club kind of dancing. I'm talking traditional ballroom, partner up, look elegant style dancing. When I was younger, she even taught me how to waltz. But age crept in, and after a couple of pretty bad falls, my grandma was sentenced to live the last 10 years of her life not being able to do the thing that she loved the most. Instead of dancing the jive every other day, she was confined to her bedroom to watch reruns of Countdown. Now, don't get me wrong, she loved Countdown, but seeing her like that made me understand for the first time that your body, the instrument that allows you to explore and discover the world, could overnight become a prison. That was until I put her in VR. All of a sudden, she didn't need her hips from 30 years ago. She was dancing and swaying and waltzing, all without taking a single step. That was the first time that I had discovered VR, that I really realized that this is what technology is for. This is what virtual reality is for. A couple of years later, my older brother got married, and it was an incredible day, but my grandma was too unwell at that point to actually be there for it. So I filmed it in VR. And a few days later, she was sat by my side in the marquee, watching my brother hold it together while he said, "I do," turning to see me and my mum not so successfully fight back the tears. Me and my younger brother were his best men. And thanks to VR, my grandma could be there laughing along with the rest of our family and friends whilst we rapped our best man speech. See, that's the thing. VR isn't just about creating new experiences or escapism. It's about immortalizing memories for the future. A year later, my nephew Ollie was born. Now, currently, the only screen that Ollie is interested in is the one that will allow him to watch his favorite kid show, Hey Dougie. He even knows what the Netflix logo is, which is pretty impressive for a 1-year-old. But how incredible is it that one day, Ollie will be able to put on a headset, step back in time, and actually be at his parents' wedding, a day he wasn't even alive for? What if this technology had existed when I was a kid? What if, on the anniversary of my grandma's death, I could relive the memory of learning to waltz in her living room? What if, even a decade after passing away, my grandma could teach my nephew how to waltz in her living room? We're not just immortalizing memories, we are immortalizing people too. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We are currently so early on in this technology. I'm talking the Windows 95 version, if that. But in the 4 years that I've worked in VR, I've already seen its power to provide pain relief, to provide hope and happiness. And that's just my experience. There are incredible people worldwide working with dementia patients, burn victims, PTSD, and this is just the beginning. We're on the cusp of realizing technology's true potential. And I genuinely believe that virtual reality can enhance and transform the human experience so that all of us will get to live a life beyond the limitations of the one that we've been given. So, when my nephew Ollie grows up, I won't ask him what he thinks he'll be doing at 28 years old. Because I'll know, thanks to this technology, he could literally be doing anything. Thank you.
Fast forward.